more business boosting content, subscribe to our channel, hit the notification bell, and like our posts.
All right, a very big welcome back to Webinar Wednesday, and of course one of our favorite platforms, and of course online events, born third day into the pandemic. And what we do know that Webinar Wednesday has become one of the most successful webinar series globally, insightful, power-driven, filled with amazing guest speakers from all sectors of life. So it's a great pleasure to be back. My name is Mike Anderson. Of course, I head NSBC, and welcome to all of you, our attendees. Please tell us where you're from, and it's amazing to see on the online platform where our attendees come from all over South Africa, and even some parts of the world. And this morning, it's truly exciting. It's inspirational online webinar, all powered by Nedbank. I've got two amazing guest speakers, but before we get to introducing them, please, a couple of points. If you lose us for whatever reason, we're used to it now, although we haven't had any issues, fortunately, over the past few years. But anything can go wrong with technology, stay with us, don't leave us. And of course, if you've got any good questions, good morning, guys. The guys are already coming on and chatting. Nelspruit, always have a good contingent from Nelspruit. Pretoria, lovely Pretoria to see you. It's always nice to see the same people coming back, and of course, new people. Tell us if you knew Jacqueline or if you've been on before, or what are your expectations this morning? Always nice to know. Importantly, if you've got any questions for the team, please pop them into the chat. And like I always say, if we don't get to answer your questions, unfortunately, they move too fast. We will get back to you. And another important message from myself, that if you've missed something or if you want to see something again, you will all receive a replay of the event this morning. So don't be concerned. You receive the replay. The replay lives on for years. You can refer back to the replay. But again, to you attendees out there, business owners from all industry sectors, thank you for being part of us. It's because of you we can do what we do. But before I talk, let me get to the real thing for today. What is the topic? Navigating challenges and embracing opportunities, insights for small business success. And of course, I have to refer to my notes because this is spontaneous. It's not planned. The panel discussion this morning aims to explore the various challenges faced by small businesses in today's dynamic market, and how entrepreneurs can turn these challenges into opportunities for growth. From financial constraints and marketing hurdles to adapting to new technologies and market trends. So what is our goal? Our panelists this morning will share their insights and practical advice for business owners looking to thrive in a competitive landscape. So here we go. I'd like to welcome Linda Tau, Head of Segment and Design at Nedbank, on stage. And of course to Brandon van Eerden, Product Owner of Nedbank. Brandon, please join me as well. Welcome to the team. We've had some great online chat or offline chats this morning. Thank you for being part of it, and thank you for Nedbank for hosting. Always truly grateful. Nedbank, such a big partner of the NSBC and a powerful drive behind small business South Africa. And of course, it's because of you guys we can do what we do. Thank you for taking your time out. I know you guys are busy. We appreciate your involvement this morning, and of course, importantly, your insights. I've got some exciting questions coming up, but of course, Linda and Brandon, maybe a quick hello to the team out there.
Okay, sure. I'll start. So hi to everyone. Really great to be on this platform and to have such a meaningful conversation. So I'm Lindo, and I look after the CVP, client value proposition for small businesses. So really excited to be here. Thanks, Mike.
Thank you, Linda.
Awesome. Good morning, everyone. Brandon van Eerden. It's extremely cold here in Pretoria. I'm the product owner for Card Acceptance. I look after enablement, servicing, and some strategy. And I'm really excited to take you through what's coming and what we're working on. Thank you.
Well, thank you for that. And quick here, you see if you can see our chat there, a nice message from Jacqueline, not new. Jacqueline won the Breakfast Connect, one of the winners, have been joining and loving Webinar Wednesday. These are the kind of comments, Jacqueline, that keeps the team moving. So thank you for that lovely comment. I appreciate that. Yes, and of course, and I've got some amazing questions here, spontaneous questions. And Lindo, you're a lady, so I'm going to have to start with you if you don't mind. Not that, Brandon, I'm leaving you out. I'm going to come to you at the end, not at the end, but at time as we go along. We'll have some combined discussions. Sibusiso, welcome from Durban. Okay, Lindo, let's get into it. In a rapidly evolving landscape of digital payments, how does the new small merchant acquiring solution provide innovative solutions that cater specifically to the unique needs of small businesses?
Sure. Thanks very much, Mike, for that question. I think before I go into the actual offer in regards to what small merchant acquiring is actually about, I do want to share that we actually took about 6 months doing feasibility study just to understand, what challenges are small businesses going through when it comes to getting a card payment device, because that's actually a real challenge, right? You just started your business, you're realizing that there's a lot of customers walking in with the card, and you're like, okay, so how do I get a card payment device? Where do I go? How do I do it? So we literally took time to understand, so what are the gaps? What are the challenges for small businesses, more especially the ones in the townships, the smaller businesses that don't really have anyone to guide them or to network and mentor them. So we found that there are basically 5 key things that we needed to solve for, and hence we launched this small merchant acquiring CVP. So first thing is that we found that in the past, with all traditional banks, in order to get a card payment device, you need to close shop as a small business and go to the branch. And when you get to the branch, you need to complete a number of, like I'd even say 100 of papers, right? And then you need to go back to your store without a card payment device, and you'll probably get it in like 2 weeks' time, right? So we needed to solve for that and say, how do we get a device in the hands of a small business owner without all of that pain, right? So we launched something that is called Small Merchant Acquiring on the Nedbank Money app and Nedbank Online Banking. Literally, whether you're a Nedbank client or not, you can simply just download the Nedbank Money app, and on there you can apply for a card payment device in under 5 minutes, right? And that device is delivered to you wherever you are in the country in less than 48 hours. So that's the number one thing that we solved for. And we have seen take up already. We launched this in March, and already the effect of it, and the fact that as a small business owner, you don't have to close shop. You just wait and we'll deliver it to you, and you don't have to take a lot of time completing the form. The other thing is the servicing piece, right? So once you have this device, obviously there's technical issues that you need to deal with. Normally, Mike, you would need to call the call center or go to the branch. Now we've brought that servicing into your hands. You literally just have to go onto the Money app, and on there are different ways that will help you to solve the errors on the POS machine in real time. So you see, we're really focusing on how do we help small businesses save time, right? Bank your time, save time. And just to quickly run over the last 3 things, because I feel like I'm too excited about this proposition. The simplicity of it. So when you go in there, it's very sleek, it's simple, and there's only 2 products to choose from. So there's no need anymore for banks to be offering 10 different card machines, because then it just confuses the small business owner. They don't know what's the different, why do I need to? So there's just 2 different ones. You choose on there. It's very simple, it's clear. You would know as a business owner which one is relevant for you. And the most important thing, number 4, pricing. So obviously we know that cash flow, is a real thing it's a real challenge for small businesses. So we've introduced a rebate offer. So you can literally get this device for free, right? All you need to do is, after getting the device, within a 3-month period, reach a certain turnover, of which we've done the historical checks to see how small businesses turnover runs in the first couple of years. And you can literally get back the price of what you paid for the device, which is also fantastic. And also, we found that small businesses normally complain about transactional fees, right? So how much they have to pay every time there's a swipe. We have introduced a 2.5% transaction fee, which is actually very competitive. And on top of that, we automatically enable the machines to accept American Express, which is actually also another great point, because then we are bringing footfall to the small business as well. Because normally American Express card holders shop in the larger retailers. Now we are bringing them, closer to small businesses, and they pay the same price for accepting American Express, accepting Visa, accepting MasterCard. So I know sometimes it is a lot of jargon, because, like I said, some small businesses don't know how card payment machines work, etc. But Brandon will kind of give a bit more education at a later stage in regards to that. Yeah.
Yeah. I
So
mean,
that's small merchant acquiring CVP, sure.
yeah, Linda, that's what small business owners want. Quick, easy, hassle-free, and cost-effective. And well, the payment solutions have just evolved over time, and this is really
Yeah.
fantastic. Don't close your shop, make it happen, get it delivered, and of course, save money. Well, that's
Yeah.
super to hear. Thank you very much. Now, customer experience is a key
Yeah.
differentiator for SMEs. How does a small merchant acquiring solution enhance the customer experience, and what feedback have you received from businesses using your solutions?
Yeah. So I think I did touch a bit on this one when I was answering the first question. So I mean, literally the onboarding process, I mentioned very quickly that it's under 5 minutes, but I actually mean it's really under 5 minutes. I mean, we've played a competition in the business, in the organization, to see who can complete the application the fastest. And even during user testing, we had customers telling us, I completed this application in 2 minutes. It was so easy, it was so sleek. So that customer experience is very key. And the Money app in itself is a very sleek, easy to use digital platform. And I mean, Nedbank has even won awards for it. So it's very easy to use. And then also the other point that I touched on is the servicing piece. That's actually very important. The fact that if you get your POS device and all of a sudden an error pops up on the device, error 123. Normally, you wouldn't know what to do with that, but we have given the small business owner the power to just, go onto the Money app, type that POS error, and you'll get a response at the same time, telling you how to resolve that problem. So that whole reason of going into digital, platform to serve these small business owners was to help with that customer experience. So yeah.
Well, Linda, thank you for that. I just wanted to re-clarify that because I got one or two messages coming through who some businesses just wanted just a clarification. So thank you for that. I appreciate that. And now, this is an important question. What are the top three challenges currently faced by small businesses in South Africa? And how do these challenges compare to previous years?
Okay. So, I mean, well, we know that generally we are a country that's faced with a lot of challenges, right? And sadly, this does translate to small businesses being, affected significantly. So the challenges I would like to speak about may not necessarily be the top three, but I think they are very key and, very practical to also resolve. So the first one I'd like to touch on is the one that most of the time everyone speaks about, which is funding, right? And you nodded before I even said it, because that's always what always comes up is the fact that, there isn't sufficient funding in South Africa. Small businesses are struggling with cash flow and no one is there to help them. But I always find that when we look at this funding conversation, we always look at the side of there isn't enough funding. We hardly look at the fact that small businesses most of the time have never had the opportunity to actually, go and present and pitch their business ideas to funding or to group of funders, And I think it's very key to actually make sure that as organizations, we educate and assist small business owners to help prepare for funding conversations, because that's actually a big thing. So we have pitch and polish, which I'll probably speak about later in the conversation. But it's very key for small businesses to have the skills to know how to prepare for those conversations in order to get funding, right? So I'll give an example. Nedbank does have a platform called Simply Biz, where they help small business owners to, to prepare and know how to conversate with a group of funders, how to pitch their ideas, and how to even connect to coaches that will help them prepare for such, right? So I think that's challenge and gap number one, is that most small business owners don't have those skills and the knowledge required to prepare a funding proposal. And it's a real gap, right? And then the other one I'd like to speak on, which is almost linked to what I'm speaking about, is the gap of limited professional networks, right? So a lot of small business owners usually don't have access to professional networks or experienced business owners, right? And this means they basically don't have any mentorship, any guidance, even any access to new business opportunities or even target market, right? So this is a real and big gap. And naturally, big corporates, they have automatic reach that small business owners don't have. So the good news, though, is that a lot of organizations, including what we are doing today, are closing this gap by introducing webinars, like Webinar Wednesday we're doing today, and also other organizations. Like I know in Nedbank, we host workshops, for small businesses to pitch their ideas, to network, to connect with other experienced business owners. But I think our responsibility is to, find ways to expose more, of what we are doing as organizations to help close that gap. And I think I'll close that question there, because I think I do tend to talk a lot.
Linda, 100%. I mean, you've touched on some of the financial products and services that Nedbank offers to help mitigate, but maybe we can expand on mitigating these challenges and seizing growth opportunities. If you could add a bit more to that.
Sure. So I think let me speak specifically to things like pitch and polish. So pitch and polish is, what do I call it? A platform. Yeah, it's a platform that we have as Nedbank that actually allows you as a small business owner to come and pitch your business idea, right? And the great thing about pitch and polish is that you get 1 million prize, like a winning prize, right? And in that 1,650,000 is a cash prize. But for me, the most important part about it is the 350 that you get to join a 2-year program, which is like a coaching program, and you have someone hand holding you, in terms of running and growing your business. So in this platform, you are then taught how to build a business strategy, how to manage your finances, how to manage your cash flow, how to interact with other business owners, how to market your business, etc. So I think it's about those practical platforms that allow business owners to come through and have someone hand holding them. And as Nedbank, actually, if you're a small business owner and you have any account with us, you actually have a relationship banker as well that assists you in terms of finances and directing you into getting the right product solutions. So I think the practicality of having someone that hand holds you through your business journey is actually quite important.
Linda, thank you for that. I've got a chat question there. I know you've touched on it. Just to re-clarify, what is the name of the platform?
Pitch and polish.
Pitch and polish.
So there's pitch and polish. I also spoke about Simply Biz, which you can easily access via www.simplybiz.co.za. Very powerful platform where you can You can even connect to customers. You can connect to, it's like a marketplace as well. You can sell your products on there. So yeah.
Yeah, no, it's an amazing platform. I know it well. And there on the chat, you'll see the website simplybiz.co.za. So
Yeah.
I hope that we've got your answer to your question there, Yil. Thank you, she says. Appreciate that. And then, of course, Brandon, I'm finally bringing you into the game here. So apologize for that little bit of absence. But I know you've got some great insights. Now, our business owners always ask us for, examples, success stories, and possibly if you can share what you've got on these examples and success stories.
Yeah, I think looking back at what Linda mentioned was, for example, with small merchant acquiring, we had a client applying for a device at the comfort of their homes, and within 48 hours they received a terminal and they could actually make or receive payments at the market and the pop-up event. So I think that's a very exciting story to share. And also another exciting story, I think Linda touched on it, based on the challenges faced by businesses, which is, cash flow. And some of those challenges would be, we've got a gap access solution, and with gap access, merchants can apply for an advance. It's not a loan. It's not a facility. It's literally based on your POS transactions. You can get an advance. So in the event that you need to purchase stock and pay suppliers, you'll be able to apply for this advance, and then that percentage is obviously calculated based on your transactions over 6 to 9 months. And if you do have an existing gap access advance, you can also have that repaid over 60%, and once that 60% has been paid off, then you can apply for another advance. I think those are two of the exciting stories that we have from a gap access perspective, and also just reflecting on what Linda mentioned in terms of the challenges that was faced. Thanks, Mike.
Yeah, absolutely. Brendan, I had a radio interview the other day, and I wrote a story about that. And one of the key elements of how to get paid quicker, you've got to bring in unique payment options. And now it's so much easier to do that. And I mean, I know that Nedbank's heading the game in this area. So, and I think that historically it's always been quite complicated from the banking side, but now you guys have made it simple, you've made it easy, you've made it cost effective, and you've got to provide that on the go payment option, because there's no more excuses, and it drives cash flow, and that's what's needed by a small business. So thank you for that. And Brandon, I'm not finished with you yet, but Linda, I'll come back to you in a few moments. So Brandon, I've got a couple of key questions that's come forward here. Small businesses offer significant financial constraints, face significant financial constraints. Can you elaborate on how Nedbank's tailored financial support programs, in conjunction with your point of sale solutions, help small business owners manage cash flow? Coming back to the phrase cash flow.
Yeah, thanks, Mike. I think cash flow is obviously one of our themes today. Real-time payments are steadily rising and continues to accelerate. Small businesses need much faster movement and settlement of money, and I think settlement delays is definitely something of the past. And with our new offering, we enable businesses to have more control over their day-to-day cash flows. We offer same-day settlement with
Nice.
the small merchant acquiring initiative. Another pillar that I would say that needs to be considered by small businesses would be to evaluate their payment transaction fees. And I think, just to reflect back on what Linda mentioned early on with regards to our specific offering, is every payment comes with a transaction fee, and these payments, depending on the type of payments, obviously you get credit and debit cards, which differ. And we at Nedbank, we offer a flat fee across all card schemes and types. And I think, just bringing it back to, we support Visa, Master, and American Express. And I know, American Express has always been perceived as a expensive, card to be accepted at a business. And what we've done is we said, in order for us to change this and to create that adoption, as an American Express card holder, you want all businesses to have access to that facility. We're going to include that rate and align it with the rest of the other card schemes. And I think those are the two pillars that I can think of. But also, just to reflect back on the other challenges that we just spoke of, is gap access. Gap access is a very, very, very sleek solution to help businesses to have that immediate cash flow available to for them to purchase other stock and to pay suppliers. Thanks, Mike.
Yeah. No, Brandon, yeah, we've over the years had a lot of feedback on the Amex card rate, and it's so wonderful to hear what you just said. And I think it's a breakthrough for both Nedbank, Amex, and for SMEs out there. So lovely to hear that comment. Now, with market trends shifting constantly, what strategies and tools does Nedbank offer through its card acceptance solutions to help small business stay competitive and adapt to changes in consumer behavior?
Well, thanks, Mike. I think if you look at South Africa, we've seen a very slow adoption rate with regards to new technologies and customer behavior. But I think with the tools coming in from a consumer perspective, what we do from a banking perspective is, regardless of where you operate as a merchant or in whatever industry you're in, when you choose the right mix of payment technologies and solutions, you give your customers at the end what they want, and then that will help you boost your sales, give you control over your cost, and position yourself up for success. But I think Nedbank provides industry-leading card acceptance solutions to help small businesses stay relevant and to adapt to that changing consumer behavior. I think without small businesses reaching into deep pockets, or they having that flashy perks, we've got and I think Linda did touch on this, but we've got two devices currently available on the Money app, which is the Pocket POS that's designed for fast-paced businesses. And it's a lightweight, it's efficient, and it's ideal for businesses where mobility is essential. Then we've got the new Android POS, and I think this is our step into the Android world. It's a convenient way to accept payments without linking up to any additional device. And with those two devices, you also get a scan to pay, which is a seamless and contactless payment method. It's a QR code that you can present to your customers, and then they can scan for the goods that they want. And then lastly, I think just another solution, and we've seen a huge trend in the market, is e-commerce. It's a very hot topic, since the dawn of COVID. And with e-commerce, we've got multiple partners that actually assist, or that we partner with, to enable clients to accept payments directly from their websites. And also we simplify that through online remote payments, where you can actually send a payment link via email, SMS, or whatever platform you would want to use. And I think those are the key things that we as Nedbank offer merchants or small businesses to adopt to consumer behavior. Thanks.
A refreshing approach. Amazing. Yeah. Now, technology adoption, as we all know now, is crucial for the growth of small businesses. What does the research say about current state of technological adoption among small businesses, and how is it Nedbank's point of sale supporting entrepreneurs in leveraging technology effectively? Brandon?
Yeah, thanks, Mike. I think looking back at our first initial step that we took into account from a small merchant acquiring initiative perspective was that feasibility study. And based on that, Nedbank's POS solutions empower entrepreneurs by providing, efficient, secure, flexible payment options, helping them leverage technology effectively for business growth. But again, I think just touching back on the previous question, it's the two devices that we offer, and that's the Pocket POS, which is a mobile device, mobile card machine, perfect for small businesses, and it's lightweight, and it also allows you to accept payments on the go. I think looking at the adoption and the consumer behavior, that device also offers contactless, which, for example, Google Pay, Apple Pay. And if you do have, for example, a wallet on your phone, and you can tap your phone as well. And then the Nedbank Android POS device, which is more ideal for your businesses with higher transaction volumes. And again, with these two devices, we enable you to accept a wide range of cards, which includes, Visa, Master, and American Express. Thanks, Mike.
Great. So my final question, Brandon, is looking ahead, what emerging payment trends or opportunities should small business owners be aware of, and how is Nedbank positioning itself to help entrepreneurs capitalize on these opportunities?
Yeah, thanks, Mike. I think with regards to that, just looking at, like you said, obviously there's a lot of reports being done by a lot of payment services providers in this landscape, and I'm specifically going to name a few, but the one that I would like to refer to is ACI Global. And I think just looking back at the overall global trend, South Africa has been slow with regards to the adoption. But the key here is omni-channel. And omni-channel is the hot theme which creates that unified experience for small businesses or merchants, customers, where all the customers' touch points work harmoniously while having a consistent and interconnected experience. I think just reflecting back to what Lindo shared, where we've got you, we enable clients to apply for a device on the Money app, and then simultaneously you'll have access to merchant servicing, which is also on the Money app. And I think we're trying to interconnect that experience for you, having that digital capabilities available, and consumers increasingly demand, seamless and secure shopping experiences across channels, whether it's online, in-store, or both. And payments are getting faster and more invisible. And I think Nedbank's commitment to innovation empowers, small businesses to thrive in a dynamic marketplace. Whether your customers prefer tapping their cards or making purchases from the comfort of their homes, we've got you covered, right? So I think that's just in summary. But whether you're at a market or a pop-up event, Nedbank is always connects you. And I think one of the effective strategies is adopting a payment solution for your small business that accepts contactless payments. I think that is really important as a small business to make sure that your device does accept contactless, and that's also just to enable your customers to pay with their mobile wallets, and to enhance their convenience and obviously encourage that repeat business. But if your business hasn't yet embraced, online payments or contactless methods,
It's got to
now's the
happen.
time.
Now's the
Now's
time.
the time. Yeah.
Now's the time. Talking about, Linda, you touched on it earlier, the power of B2B networking and webinars and all that. And which most of our attendees may know or not know yet, but Nedbank, of course, one of the major players at the Business Show Africa, early September, coming up in spring this year. And what's exciting is that one of the big attractions at the Business Show Africa is the Nedbank Speed Networking Zone. This is where all attendees sponsored by Nedbank will have the powerful opportunity of networking with industry leaders, funders, key people, other business owners. And so please, if you haven't as yet registered for the Business Show Africa in September, it's coming up soon. We have thousands of registered delegates already. It's the biggest B2B event in Africa, one of the biggest in the world. And this year we're expecting nothing less than 26,000 business owners from all over South Africa. Come see the Nedbank Zone. It's absolutely awesome. Amongst other things, the Build a Business Live Masterclass and Seminar Series, the amazing expo filled with trends, funders, everything you need to build a successful business will be at the Business Show. So before I say goodbye to Linda and Brandon, Leanne's going to pop up a short video, a few-second video on the Business Show at the end. So please don't leave us. Take a look at the video. But to Linda and Brandon, we thank you for your insights. Very powerful, refreshing approach, an amazing approach, and I'm excited about this. So thank you for your time, and of course to Nedbank for sponsoring this online event this morning. Truly grateful, as always, for many years now. Never hold themselves back. And Linda and Brandon, again, I don't know if you've got a short, quick say goodbye or something.
Yeah, no, thank you so much for the conversation. When we have such conversations, you wish you had like the whole day, and we had the business owners in the room so we can have the conversation. But I think the platform that you just shared now and what's happening in September allows for that. But yeah, I see there's a lot of interest in terms of pitch and polish. I think you can just search for it. I know that right now they're busy with the semi-finalists for this year, so it's already too late to apply for this year. But it's happening every single year, normally around Q1. So I saw there's questions about that. Yeah. Thanks so much.
And anybody out there, please pop an email to info@nspc.africa, and our team will share that pitch and polish to you, anything you need on that. And again, to all our attendees out there, we're truly grateful for your time this morning. Without you, we can't do what we do. If we've made a slight difference so that you can get ahead, employ others, then we've achieved our objective this morning, and that's why we exist. Linda, Brandon, to all our attendees, thank you. Have a wonderful day. Stay close to us. Watch the video. Thank you very much.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Thanks, Mike.
Come on, come on.
Content, subscribe to our channel, hit the notification bell, and like our posts.